Hi guys, RedBear773 here, and I figured I'd show you what I've done on the layout. Been busy with it lately. That's been watching my Railroad Tycoon 3 stuff, sorry I haven't been around to doing much with it. I'll get back to it pretty soon. Anyway, here at the yard, not much has changed. I got the pink stuff laid down on top of the table, painted it all green. Got the passenger set parked in the front line like I wanted to. I got the switch in for it to turn it on and off. I put a couple of my extra locomotives that don't really run right back there against the wall. Just try to find a place for them. That's 623. That does run good. It's got its own isolated track there. The switch is over here, toggle switch. And you guys have seen that little building that I made. And the engine house and stuff like that. And the bridge, Erie Bridge, that's under reconstruction again. That's in a pretty bad spot for leaning over the table and getting to the air conditioner and stuff, so I've been bumping into it and breaking it. So under reconstruction, I'm going to get a whole bunch of those long sticks and really secure it a lot better. And anyway, there's the yard. Still pretty much the same. Oh, turn the track power on. The yard light's back in. I'm going to move this yard light. It's kind of just pointing at the corner of the engine house. And there's the creek. I did not paint the water in yet. I'm just going to paint it blue. You know, I was toying with the idea of maybe getting some kind of resin and pouring water, but that's a bit too much for me, I think. And I don't know, I don't want to really deal with resin too much, and even if it did come out really nice, I think it would be too detailed to go with everything else. You know, this is kind of more of like a post-war layout. And, so I'm just going to paint it in with blue paint, blue acrylic paint, eventually. And so back here, you'll notice I added a siding back here that the chassis set is parked on. Now that is where the little village was, the autumn village scene. And then back here, after the switch, it was a straight and then 3 curves in a row to get around. Now it's a curve, straight, curve, curve, and that is how I fit the switch in there. And I put the little, the Christmassy looking house is still there. In our coat. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, it's probably too dark, but she's back there. And let's see, pan around, and I put a little siding here. I didn't hook that up yet. I ran out of the plastic pins, the 031 plastic pins, so I gotta get some of those so I can hook that up and have it with a switch. Got my switcher sitting there now. The Gateman, yeah, I moved him there for now. I don't know if it's going to stay there. I think with the Gateman I want to hook it up so that it lights up and runs on track power. And then I want to have a button up at the front to pop the Gateman out instead of trying to use the little contactor things and have it go off automatically, because it's kind of noisy and I don't always want it on. And it looks really nice lit up. So I might just have it lit up with track power all the time, and then whenever I want, just hit the button and just show it off. And that's pretty much the same. There's the creek. See the creek meandering through. That'll look nice once I get the blue paint on it. And there's the station with that little yard. I had to move the station back for the creek, but besides that, that's about the same. And oh, and here's all my switch controllers. I've got all of my 022 switches now hooked up to independent power, so I can throw them at any time, like so. And that was a pain in the ass setting up, but it's worth it. You know, it's a lot easier to work that way. Burying more wires than I had before. There's still some on top of the table, but it's better. I want to cover up those wires or something between the street lights. And there's the village in front of the mountain. Now right here is a new section of mountain that I built. Been carving away at that for a while. And oh, there's my Lionel clock going off. You can't hear it anyway. But anyway, this is a new section of mountain that I carved, and it's okay. It's better than that stuff. That I like how I'm kind of covering it up a bit with the village. But I cut like a waterfall through it. You can see how deep that goes, and then it goes up and curves off into the mirror there. And I guess when that's painted in, that should look interesting to say the least. And then I put a little bit more rock work in front of the tunnel portal here to try to tie it all in together. These pieces are all still loose. I could still just pick up each mountain piece and just pull it off the layout to work on it and stuff, which is nice. Because I really can't get back here too well. You know, everything's up against the wall. I gotta kind of crawl around on top of the table, which is a lot harder now because it's all covered with the pink styrofoam stuff, so I don't want to put dimples in it and stuff. I have these kneeling pads that I made out of scrap pieces of the styrofoam to kneel on or put my arms on or something so that I don't dimple it. But yeah, it's coming out pretty good. I didn't get the lights set up for the village yet, or the other building. I gotta get more nightlight bulbs and stuff. I want to make sure I got fresh bulbs in there so I don't have to go back there again for a while. And got a couple of people in the station. And, that's a freight station, really, but it'll work. Eventually, maybe I'll get some kind of passenger station, put the here and put the freight station in the other room. But yeah, I kind of like how the creek came out. I was afraid it was a little too wide, but I was looking up the ratios for O scale. And it seems about right. I think works out to like 20 to 25 feet wide. That's good. It's a wide, shallow creek. That's what it is. And I'll put the banjo signal here for now. Put a little guy with a jackhammer, because I'm trying to work out the possibilities of maybe putting in some kind of road. Like it would start here right where the GP9's park and come across the tracks and right where the guy's standing and cross there and just run alongside the creek maybe and past the 1689E and then cross there, like cross just past the switch there, but then it would have to take a really nasty bend right and cross the creek there. You know, move that building over to the right a bit. I don't know, I might do that. That's options, I suppose. And I have crossing sign, crossbuck there, I got the Gateman back there, all these crossing type things and no roads anywhere, so we'll see. There's really not much room for a road anywhere though, so I don't know. Might just clutter things up too much. I got my black and white car next to the black and white house. And well, I guess that's about it for this room. I'll go in the other room. Nothing much has changed at all there, but I'll show it off anyway. You guys have seen the bridge. Oh, it's dark in here. I got all the lights on. This is as good as it gets. Yeah, nothing's changed here. I painted the tabletop screen. That's about it, really. I got a flag up there. I don't know what I'm going to do on top of this mountain yet. Let's see. And I got this table all green to match the other table. I didn't bother putting the styrofoam up on top of this because first off I ran out. I didn't even have to buy any of that styrofoam. I had it left over from doing a job up in an attic at the other house that I used to live in. Had a lot left over. That worked out good. I was able to make my mountains and I was able to cover the tables. So, but this table didn't need it. I mean, I wasn't really planning on a creek or anything like that on this table anyway, so you know, this table is going to be pretty industrial. You know, we got the siding here, but eventually I want to try to make some kind of turntable. I still got the that dot right in the middle is a screw sticking up. That I want that to be the center of a turntable eventually, but you know, whenever I get around to it. And I got my little passenger freight cars back there. My sister got me that little tanker, and then I found the boxcar and hopper real cheap on eBay. They're in really good shape, and I got them both for I think 40 bucks. So that was pretty good. And then I got that pre-war caboose, but the problem with that is it's got a box coupler, and nothing else I have has box couplers, so it's just destined to always be parked somewhere. I guess I can turn on track power here too. Not that it matters. The only thing the track power does is turn on that light. That's the only scenery there is on this table so far, but I don't know, eventually I'll do something with it. You know, it's got my NW2s parked here. The 602, the rubber band dried out on me and fell apart, and I gotta come up with a better permanent solution for that to fix it. Got the idea for the bolt again, but I really don't want to drill through that frame. I don't know, my dad was thinking that maybe I could try some thick wire, wrap it around that spot and just keep tightening it. I have a feeling the wire will just break before it does enough to fix it, but I'm gonna try that. And let's see, that's about it. Hanging next to the air conditioner there is my little drywall handsaw. That's what I did all the foam work with. So yeah, there's the bridge. Let's see. You can see what it looks like in here. Pretty cool. So anyway, I think that's about it for the layout update. And I'll see you guys next time. Maybe I'll put a little running vid in alongside with this one. See you then. Later.